What's up, guys? Welcome to Thoughts by Mara with me, Mara Sullivan. Before I get into today's episode, I just wanted to let y'all know that I finally launched a newsletter to connect more with you guys. It is on Substack. The link is in the description of this episode. It's free. The welcome email is already live. It will be sent straight to your inbox as soon as you subscribe. Y'all know I love to write, and I am already having so much fun on Substack. You will get more behind the scenes of my life, extensions of these episodes, and little notes, little letters from me sent straight to your email. Thank you so much in advance for connecting with me, and I will see you in the inbox. The link is in the description of this episode. So today we are breaking up with trying to achieve the unachievable, the unrealistic routines and habits, consistency, discipline, schedules, trying to make everything look and be perfect, the over aesthetic, over consumption, over productivity, over self-improvement. There is absolutely nothing wrong with improving your life and implementing practices that will help you to do that. This whole podcast is about enhancing your life and getting yourself together. However, as with anything in life, too much of anything is no longer a good thing. It becomes unhealthy, unsustainable, unrealistic. Because as much as we plan and schedule and set the goals and do the routines, life gone life, like as the young folks say, life gone life. Things are going to come up. Things will not always go according to plan. Life happens, and there's starting to be a shift online finally, where influencers especially are starting to change the narrative and be more honest about the fact that we are human beings. We are not robots. For the past few years, social media has really done a number on many of us, myself included, in making us forget that life is supposed to be messy and colorful and spontaneous. We are here to have fun and to make the most of our time, not to time block and level up ourselves to death. There is nothing wrong with those things, but we're also supposed to just be and live and experience life. I believe as technology continues to advance and our world gets more digital, people are going to crave more of the things that make us human. This is already starting to happen. Going back to the basics of life: water, sunlight, nutritious food, exercise, limiting screen time, sleep, in-person gatherings, putting the phones away, reading physical books, touching grass, all the little things that make us human. All my episodes in December and January will be New Year growth mindset, improving yourself and your life, with an emphasis on creating and planning for the overall life you want to have, not just the year that you want to have. I think people get too caught up in trying to have the perfect year, but get off track and throw the resolutions out the window because we give too much power to the year itself and forget that the years make up our actual lives. They're not just numbers and calendars. And so I hope that you stick around, especially the next 2 months. We're bringing in the new year together. We'll be having really great, fun, motivating conversations on getting your ish together, staying consistent, not just for the sake of having a good 2026, but intentionally building a life that you are proud of. But in today's episode, I will be talking about two of my favorite influencers and businesswomen, Lauren Bostic and Tess Barkley. I think it's Barkley. At the end, towards the second half of this episode, I'll be talking about what I learned from them about life and business, creating content, being in this online space, branding. I'm talking about them because both of them have inspired me so much, but they're also really passionate about this topic of disconnecting and being human, taking care of your mental, physical health, and finding that balance between going really hard to make your dreams a reality, which they have both done, but also knowing when to pull back and let God, universe, destiny work its magic and let go. I just love both of them so much. I've learned so much from both of them, and they always inspire me and light a fire under my booty to not be lazy, not make excuses, and just do the dang thing. If you're new here, welcome to my thoughts, the inside of my brain. Glad to have you here. Listening to this podcast makes you an automatic member of the Hot Nerds Club. We do not do surface like surface level around here. We get deep, we go in depth about things. We do not take things at surface value. We get below the surface, no band-aids over bullet wounds. We address the root cause, no BS. Like, we go there on this show. I cannot wait to drop merch for this show because some products will be like pictures of me saying she likes it deep and like go deeper, like very cheeky. The merch for this show is going to be so fun. Of course, there will be some stuff that says like Thoughts and Hot Nerds Club, but I'm going to have like the most fun playing around with like the going deep phrase, because if y'all don't know, my personality is very like Samantha Jones meets Blanche Devereaux. Like, it's just not as obvious that I'm like cheeky and love men and I'm really flirty and off the cuff. It's a little reserved, but when people get to spend time with me and in person, like they know me in person, they're always like, you are nothing like I thought you were. And that is my favorite compliment, even if they don't mean it as a compliment, but they always do, let's be honest. Anyway, welcome to Thoughts by Mara, the home of the fun, cozy, but honest life chats that you need, chill, phone call style. Thank you for picking up the phone. As we approach 2026, I really wanted to have this conversation around leveling up yourself to death and the never-ending things to work on and what you need to change and becoming a new person and living your dream life. And this is your year and here's how you'll achieve everything you want this year. Let's put all that on the back burner for a minute and just take a few deep breaths. Pause, slow down. I want you to hit the ground running and achieve all of your goals. But I also do not want, I don't want your head on a swivel and for you to be all over the place and end up that person who's doing so much that nothing ends up getting done. Just have a seat for a minute. I do know that there's such thing as overdoing it when it comes to pursuing our dream lives and the dream versions of ourselves and getting the perfect routines and habits down, focusing so much on self-improvement that we are not living life and like realizing how far we've already come and where being where we are right here, right now. Of course, there will always be things to work on and work towards, but what if you are already living your dream life as your dream self right now? I'm not saying that it won't get better. It definitely will. But how much is enough? Because we all know when we reach the milestone, we'll just be on to the next thing. The goalpost will just keep moving. I started telling myself recently that I'm already my dream self. I'm already living my dream life, even though I'm always going to have goals. I don't have to wait until I check off all the boxes to be happy. I don't have to live like holding my breath until I get everything I want. I'm supposed to be taking advantage of everything I already have right now and being grateful for everything I have right now. Also, it's so important to ask yourself the question, if I could not show this off to anyone, would I still want it? If you couldn't flex the money, the clothes, the house, car, material stuff, would you still want it? Or even the relationship, the family you want. It sounds crazy, but I know people personally who only had kids to make their parents happy or to show off to someone else. Same with people who stay in relationships. It can all be for show if you are not careful. Make sure you actually want the things that you want because you yourself want them. What are the people, places, things you want in life, whether you can show it off or not? That's where your focus and priorities need to be. And remember, you don't have to have and do the same things at the same times every day. Know your priorities and know that what matters, like the main thing that matters is if the things get done at all, not always the time that they happen. Depending on what phase of life you're in, it'll be easier to maintain routines than other times in life, but always keep the main things. And priorities can change week to week, month to month, day to day. Give yourself permission to be flexible when you need to. Know that every day is different. We're not robots. We're not machines. We are human beings having a human experience, or spiritual beings having a human experience, however you like to put it. Either way, we're having a human experience and we have to allow for the unpredictability of all that entails, and find that balance between controlling the things in our control and letting go of the things that are out of our control. And if you're a control freak, that can be hard to do. Like, loosen up a little, let your hair down, schedule fun into your days, laugh, smile, do things that give you joy and make you happy and bring you peace. People, places, things that make you feel good. Most things are not as serious as we make them out to be. Taking myself less seriously has made me so much happier. Being able to laugh at myself, admit when I'm wrong or when I don't know something, being embarrassed, speaking up when I need help, asking questions, not caring as much, not trying to come off as perfect or a know-it-all, just being human. Like, I'm just a girl. I'm literally just a girl, and that energy makes other people more comfortable and more calm because they don't have to try too hard or try to be impressive. I don't really care. Like, it's so interesting. When I started to care less and be less serious, you would think that life would have gotten harder or people would have perceived me like as an idiot or something, but the opposite happened. People take me more seriously when I take myself and life less seriously. I can't explain it, but I know it's like a confidence thing. When you get in the mindset of having nothing to prove, you're secure in yourself, people can tell, and it's more attractive. It's a little it's a powerful little life hack. You need to calm down. You're being too loud. Like Taylor Swift's song says, it's so true. Life is so much easier and better when you just do you and let people do them. Let them, like the Mel Robbins book, Let Them. It's a great book, by the way. Just let them. Read that book, especially if you are someone who's more type A, you like control. You can be a Karen sometimes. You struggle with letting go and being more free flowing. Read Let Them by Mel Robbins. Game changer. When setting your goals, resolutions, intentions for the year, do not be lazy. Like, don't make excuses or self-sabotage, but don't live a life full of work and no play. You can have days where you go really hard and check off everything, and also have recovery days and times where you have fun and give yourself a brain break. Live a little, take risks, be crazy to some degree. All of us care what people think. It's human nature to care what people think, but don't live your life according to caring about what people think. You can care, but do what you want anyway. On the topic of living life for yourself, let's talk about one of my absolute favorite people, Lauren Bostic, aka The Skinny Confidential. I feel like everyone listening knows who she is. If you have seen the pink ice roller online, that is The Skinny Confidential. She's a blogger, podcast host with her husband, Michael Bostic, an influencer, business owner. I have been following Lauren Bostic for years, and her content has helped me to improve my life so much. She's the perfect person for me to talk about when it comes to New Year routines, practices to implement. I learned the importance of protein from Lauren Bostic. My nutrition, eating habits focus on high protein, lower carb, low sugar, lots of eggs, lots of clean meat, as organic as possible. She really made me more protein focused, and it's been a game changer for me for like the last year or two. When I buy meat now, I'm focused on the quality of the meat. I get grass fed as much as possible when I have meat, and I just shop as organic as possible with all of my food as much as I can. I'm not perfect, but I definitely make sure that things have as minimal ingredients as possible, no artificial stuff. That is the number one way that Lauren has influenced my life. Another way is getting as granular and detailed as possible with my content, being more curious, getting into the weeds on topics, and it's just made me a more interesting person too. My conversations with people are so much more fun because I'm genuinely curious. I like to ask questions. I like to hold conversations and also listen. Her podcast with Michael is really great because they focus on putting the audience first. Lauren also has a cheeky personality like I do, and she's made me more open and showing off that more flirty, natural side of myself in real life with my content. She's very open and one of those kinds of people that that'll just try everything once. Like, she does not take herself too seriously. She's also brilliant and self-aware, successful, such a go-getter. I've learned to really take the time and hear people's stories. I fell in love with podcasts in general because of the Skinny Confidential podcast. They talk to people from all different walks of life, all different backgrounds, from plastic surgeons to strippers to adult film stars to holistic medicine doctors, gurus like Mel Robbins, Jay Shetty, more niche people like Bill Maher, who I love. Like people like him, to housewives, to Jeffree Star. My favorite episode of their podcast so far is one of their more recent ones with Jeffree Star. And I know that you've seen it going around because every clip has gone viral. But I love Jeffree Star. I know he's controversial. He has said some crazy stuff in the past. He has apologized for things a billion times for his mistakes. And I do have a lot of respect for him, and I admire the business brand empire that he's built over the years. It is an incredible episode, Jeffree Star on the Skinny Confidential. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it, because he's 40 years old now and there's been so much maturity and growth. I just think he's fabulous and comes off very surprisingly down to earth. I encourage anyone to listen to or watch that episode. It is an amazing conversation. I fell in love with him a few years ago with the I think it was like the Shane Dawson documentaries on YouTube, but or like docuseries. Love that. But I know Jeffree Star goes way back, but definitely go watch that episode. But Lauren has she's also taught me to work on my dreams, my side hustles, while also working my 9-to-5 jobs. I have 2 jobs. I work 7 days a week, but I also do this podcast and I'm posting online more. I just started TikTok at Hot Nerds Club. This show is also on YouTube. I've gotten back into posting on Lemon 8. I know the products that I want to release in the future and other projects that I want to do creatively the next few years. But she's really encouraged me to work on this while also working 9 to 5 as much as possible and not make excuses. I'm working on my art, and I'm working on my art whenever I can, on lunch breaks at work, during my commutes. I take the train, any downtime I have when I come home, like I'm doing right now. I'm not turning on TV and rotting for hours until I pass out. I'm using free time to do content, to research, to work on the business I want to build and how I want to expand this show. Lauren used to be a cocktail waitress, and she used to write blog posts at times, during her bathroom breaks at work, little things like that. Just making your dreams a reality by any means necessary, being relentless about what I want. One of my favorite quotes I say on here all the time is from Lauren: do something every day that moves the needle forward. I have also learned so much from Tess Barkley. TESSBARCLAY. She is the founder of Busy Blooming. It is the name of her business, but Busy Blooming is also a podcast. I have been following her for 3 or 4 years now. She comes from the corporate world and she's very into the marketing side of creating content online. But what I love about her is she's very into talking about how pursuing social media and building an online business can be very hard on a person's mental health. One of her sayings is, content creation really is that deep. Being in this space is very hard for people who only consume but don't create. It looks so easy to just jump on a microphone and talk or vlog or film on your couch or create 60-second videos. It all looks so effortless and easy until you do it, or unless you're someone doing it. Social media is very overwhelming, and it's not easy at all for someone. Speaking for myself, to put yourself out there, express your opinions freely, keep showing up when the numbers or views do not match the effort or the time put in. Creating content really is that deep. It is emotionally taxing. You open yourself up to criticism, trolls, haters. People you thought would support you don't always support you until you start being noticeably successful, and then they start paying attention, but most people don't care, especially people that you thought would care. There's so much mental gymnastics when it comes to being a content creator online. There's so many people I mean, there's so many platforms and people, but there's so many platforms. It's hard to figure out where to put time, energy, focus, attention day to day. For me, this podcast is my main thing. I've also started prioritizing TikTok, posting again on Limit 8. I know I still want to build a website. Honestly, Substack is more of a blog than I thought it was. So like that's going to be, I'm going to like, continue to build that up because it's definitely very much a blog and a website for myself and like for all of my content. I know what products I want to launch, and so I have to look at manufacturers and save money to invest in goods because it is very expensive to create products. And I want to write my first book and still release as many episodes as possible on this show. And so it's like a lot of balls in the air. And like I said, I also just started Substack, and so it's a lot of balls in the air, and Tess Barkley is one of the few influencers, entrepreneurs that really deep dives into how hard all this actually is, especially when you're still working a 9-to-5 job. In my case, 2 of them. A lot of her content is about being in this online space and making it a business while also working a job and having to pay bills because she had to do it herself, and she's very open about her health suffering while she was building her social media and stretching herself thin, and she was very burnt out, but that hustle paid off, and now she's able to slow down and reprioritize. But it took years of blood, sweat, and tears, to launch, like to be monetized on the platforms and launch the products and get the brand deals and post 1,000 times a day and do the podcast outlines. It's all way harder than it looks, and I just love that she is so open with talking about how mentally draining all of this is. She's like my therapist, business coach for creating content online and pursuing this as a job. It is a lot. Listening to her podcast, Busy Blooming, just holds me accountable, and it makes me feel like I can do this, and I am doing this. It's all gonna get done, but my health has to come first, because if I'm not healthy, nothing can get done. And like I said, this podcast is my main priority, and YouTube, since these episodes are also on YouTube, creating thumbnails for these YouTube videos is fun. Instagram honestly gives me the ick. It has always given me the ick. I don't like the feeling of people just watching me, mainly friends and family who I don't have a real relationship with in real life, but they legit just watch me on Instagram. Like the people who only know it's my birthday if I post, like people like that. And posting less on my personal Instagram has made me realize who reaches out and who actually cares without a post to prompt them to contact me. Like not everything meaningful needs documentation. When I started my TikTok account, I blocked everyone who knows me personally. It was the best decision ever, because Instagram, like with people who know me, but I don't have a real relationship, who don't have a real relationship with me, was just giving me like lurking energy, and I don't like it. Like I also started a new Instagram account where I also blocked everyone who knows me personally. I have not started posting much on it yet. I think I'm just going to prioritize this show, continue to do that, Substack, and like my TikTok. If TikTok stays around, who knows if it's still getting banned or not. I have no clue. But I'm not sure if I'm going to like lean into Instagram at all much, but maybe I will. But I love TikTok a lot more than I thought that I would. So I'm having a lot of fun. I also love Substack. But yeah, I just don't like I definitely won't really, not sure how much I'll be posting on the new Instagram page I just created, but we'll see. But Substack, this podcast, of course, like 10 out of 10, and my TikTok, hopefully TikTok stays around, who knows, and Lemon 8. But when it comes to Instagram, I don't like the performance of it, needing to show off, everyone wanting to know what you're doing, with who, drama from people who I'm like related to or have known for a long time, just wanting to mind my business but don't actually care about connecting with me in real life. And I've seen so many videos going around lately on this topic of like people quitting social media and monitoring spirits, and just like people just really getting like bad vibes from a lot of social media platforms, which I've always gotten, to be honest with you guys. That's why I did not get on TikTok until this year. And I know that the only reason that I'm actually enjoying posting on it is because I blocked everyone who knows me personally. So there's something to that. But I rather start new accounts and connect with people because they actually like my content and want to get to know me. I never expected TikTok of all things would be as refreshing as it has been. I hope it does not get banned, but we'll see. Either way, this show will always be my number one priority. I love doing this so much, and I'm so grateful for you guys listening. On that note, I will call it a wrap for this episode. Do not forget to subscribe to the newsletter and get more content from me sent straight to your inbox. The link is in the description, along with all my other links: TikTok, Lemon8, YouTube. If you enjoyed this episode, share, rate, and review this podcast. Make sure that you are following the show and have it saved so you don't miss any episodes from me. If you are listening on YouTube, give this a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. My YouTube is my name, Mara Sullivan. The handle is Thoughts by Mara. Thank you so much for listening. Happy holidays, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.